rain. You'll never know they talk about our two honks together. You might hear songs about the NBA. Maybe they'll just make your day on two honks together. It's sports and life and family too. That's all they sing to. Two honks and a Kevin. Yeah! Just crap my pants.
All right. It is January 20th. Yeah, I basically spent the entire day watching the news media trip over themselves with excitement.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a single second of it.
I am with Blake. I didn't watch any of it on purpose because I knew I would hear it some kind of way. But I'm glad that I didn't hear like bad stuff, I guess. So,
no one said anything bad per se. I mean, well, all bad about Trump.
mhm.
Just the pure joy that he's leaving. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel like there's a lot of exaggeration going on. In
Exaggeration about what?
How bad they thought it was these past 4 years. I think the big thing for me is that I think people in general, as a population, have a real failure to own up to what they are and who they are. Do you know what I mean? Like who we are as a person. I believe that Trump just magnified it. Like he didn't change anything. He just magnified who we are. I mean, people in general are pretty shit. Just from what I see every day. So and Trump just magnified it. He brought out the worst in everybody. So I feel like the celebration's a little just, maybe you should look at yourself a little bit harder instead of, trying to point at a single person of contact in terms of he's to blame for everything in society today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's, me with the whole president thing, but I mean, I feel like that dude has been, out of all presidents, that dude had zero chances coming out of the gate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the dude. He has done plenty wrong, I'm sure. But my wife was telling me about some podcast. I can't remember the name of it, but the guy's like really pretty educational, and he tries to go right down the middle with his topics. But she said like he laid out like all these things that Trump did that was good, but nobody, no one talks about it. I mean. You got to think he was there for 4 years. He had done something good. You're right. I'm sure he's done something good. But, I mean, like you said, I just think everyone just gave him zero chance. I mean, like I said, he brought some of that on himself. But,
oh, no. Yeah.
Look, in the end, I think he really did care for the country. And I really do think he handled things the wrong way. I mean, he just, like we've talked about in the past, he just wasn't a leader. Like he just didn't know how to like speak to people. He didn't know how to smooth things over. It's just like he just always said the wrong thing at the wrong time. So I don't know. But he's also egomaniac. So
Right.
These are just rich boy games that's going on right now. That's all this is. It's just rich boy games.
Because I think it's fair to say nobody's ever completely happy. Somebody's always talking about whatever side. Hey, this was bad, this was bad, this was bad, and it's like, hey, we're still all here, so it's like something's good out of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, everything they said that was going to happen didn't really happen. The stock market crashed. We didn't go to war with North Korea or Russia. We actually, if anything, we pulled countries out, our troops out of a lot of countries. You can say what you want about that, whether that was good or bad, but we certainly didn't have. I feel like we didn't have any major overseas missteps. War.
I did hear that this is the first president we've ever had that didn't go to war.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly didn't have anything, I know, like Benghazi, or we didn't sell guns to a bunch of cartel and let it get away from us. I mean, so I don't know. Like I said, I was watching the news and just was like, you guys are really, you need to get over yourselves.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're rubbing it in. I mean,
Yeah, they're trying to soak it up as much as possible, like to get that story out right. Like last Wednesday, they had a field day. You know what I'm saying? That was like a dream, and like I'm kind of glad that it's just like, all right, let's see what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, get over it,
Yeah.
and let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna be news now. It's
The
kind of crazy.
podcast I was talking about is the Charlie Kirk show. Have you guys heard of him? Okay, I don't know. He's
No.
supposed to be pretty good, but anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I think there's part of me that's kind of glad, I say this, and who knows what's going to happen these next few years or whatever, but I'm only glad that there's a change, just so hopefully there's just a change to all of the way. I mean, honestly, the way we even treated the president is actually, it's pretty sad. I mean, just like, what happens in other countries when you badmouth their leader. I mean, just off with your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, where is it? Someone was talking the other day. There's this like billionaire. It's probably in China. He's a billionaire. Like he's I think his business is something like Amazon. But it's in China, and I guess he came out and said something about the. Do you know who I'm talking about, Richard?
Yeah, he hasn't been seen in months.
I mean, just think about that. Meanwhile we're,
I mean,
bashing him left and right.
Just imagine Jeff Bezos one day just disappearing. Like,
yeah,
he said something about Trump, and then like a week later he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's and the thing is, they have the power to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, which in itself needs to be examined, right? Like how are we giving so much power to one person who is supposed to speak for millions of people from different upbringings, different backgrounds, different financial situation? You know what I'm saying? Like it just I've said it 100 times. The whole concept is stupid. I mean, I understand that we also elect a court and all that, but still, it's just. I don't know, man. I don't know the best way to do it, but here we are fighting over it.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's not the best way to do it. We got this one person to speak for us, and it's like you said, we got all from different backgrounds. Like, does the president speak for us? You know what I'm saying? He doesn't relate to every one of us. So why do we even have something like this? I don't get it, but.
Well, Iran has the same problem where, they're, the heads of their state, they hate Americans, but the Iranian people love Americans. You know what I mean? It's a whole different, thing when you talk to the actual population versus when you talk to the government. So yeah, that happens a lot more than what you think, I believe, in terms of just some random head of state speaking for an entirety of a population.
Right.
They're not even like a melting pot like we are, Right. So what do you got going on over there, Kevin?
What do you mean?
Is that you with all the popping and?
No, it sounds like somebody's like working construction in the background.
It's probably I was wondering if you could hear that. It's probably my rabbit over there messing with something.
Okay, yeah.
Let that bad boy out. We just automatically blame the black guy, right?
Well, you're looking at something, like something's going on. So I'm like,
2020, he's blaming me, but 2021, it's all on you now.
Look, Trump's out. You calm down.
Yeah.
Right.
That's funny.
Man,
is it really that loud? Do I need to move?
Man, it sounds like he's trying to escape.
It sounds like, so I don't know what it sounds like. It sounds like the little bubble wrap pop.
Really? Hold on, let me see if I can move this fat thing.
I thought it would pop after a minute. I thought maybe somebody was unboxing something or doing something.
Stop doing.
Man, I thought somebody was just hammering on something. To be honest with you, somebody just going.
So I guess QAnon now also has kind of turned their back on Trump. So basically saying that he betrayed the country and
So
Who
now,
said that?
now they're against Trump now.
Is that, yeah.
I don't know how all this stuff works. Like,
Hold
I
on,
mean,
time out.
like,
Hold on,
this
who's
is
against
crazy.
Trump now?
I was
QAnon.
reading an article today where QAnon basically we're saying that Trump betrayed the country and they're upset with him now.
Dude, this is so stupid.
How,
This
how, do
is
you,
so stupid.
how do you betray the country?
I don't know.
Trump can't win anywhere. Huh?
That's the thing is like you can't
This is
hit
just a
your horse.
game.
You can't hit your horse to a group of people like that. Like you just can't. Like, they're I don't know. They're not right ahead.
We're talking about a very small amount of people. That's the problem. You know, it's
Yeah,
like every week
yeah.
we talk about
It's like
the
5%
smallest,
people, yeah.
the smallest
Yeah,
amount
but
of
they're the
people.
ones that dominate the news cycle, dude. Like
Yeah,
Well,
that is true.
because they're being crazy. They're, you know, I mean
Yep.
it's just, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I keep it's like I don't, because I find myself where it's like I want to turn it on, right? Like I want to be informed, and then I just like, no, I don't, because it's just going to be like it's just going to be more lunatics.
I think we're at the same like gauge, Blake, on that. It's like I kind of want to know, but there's certain stuff that I don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel better. Like, hey, if I didn't know that, I would have been good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just it's like I just find it crazy that like whatever side that you're on, like some people can just like this is ruining people's lives, and some people are just overzealous and like with joy about this. Like, and it does not change. Really does not change my life that much. You know what I'm saying? Like
it doesn't change people as a population, like as a whole. Like there's nothing. That's what I was saying. Like it's got nothing to do with the president. It has to do with the people.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Dude, I don't know. I just like, even today I was just thinking, and I always go back to these thoughts. Like it's just the way it happened. Like the whole COVID election year, like it really there's so much of it that just feels so set up. They just wanted him out of there so bad.
Yeah, you can't do that though, because the COVID
I know, but
worldwide is a worldwide thing.
But,
like you can't really say COVID in America. America does not.
I know.
The world doesn't revolve around America.
I just think
but
everybody
still.
like everybody.
I know.
It's one of those situations that everybody that normally doesn't pay attention to this stuff paid attention to it because they're freaking bored because it's COVID.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I'm
you had
saying?
to you had to stay home and
you
get all worked up about it.
It's almost like let's put it like this. It's almost like what's the thing with the cats, the Netflix thing.
Oh, don't F with cats.
No, what's your boy? The documentary everybody watched.
So Exotic.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe Exotic.
Your normal person was not gonna watch that, but it was during COVID.
I would have watched.
And you were bored. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It was during so you had more eyes on it, and I feel like that's exactly.
Richard's watched it twice.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Richard's gonna be in the sequel.
That's right. That's right.
Richard's got 3 lines. Yeah, Richard's love staying home. He's got 3 lines and a zebra in the backyard.
But we had
Not the
more
2 best
eyes
animals
on
to put
it.
together, but whatever.
Yeah, we had more eyes on it because everybody's bored and they have nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like they have our attention on everything. Like,
yeah,
you could be doing something else, but
I mean, is that designed? Bored. Is that
I just think it's perfect. Everything is perfect timing. These last year and a half, everything is just a perfect storm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of it's been for the better. Some of it's been for the worse. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot, yeah. But it's just everything is more emphasized because people have nothing to do.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Man, I was going to bring up something about that topic, and I just lost it. Anyways,
so you can think about that for a minute, Blake. So I guess, as we all know, Trump pardoned, like, I don't know, almost 100 people yesterday, which I guess is the norm. Like that's just what every president has done.
Is that did they always do that before they leave?
So what does that mean? If I get pardoned,
because I feel like me and Blake were kind of baffled by this, like today.
So there's a few things you have to know. I'm pretty sure the pardon has to be a federal crime. So if you did something state level, like a murder, and the state found you guilty, he can't pardon you for murder.
Right.
But if it was a federal murder, I guess he could have pardoned you. But I think the other thing that they do is almost every time it's a non-violent crime that occurred where the pardon is given. So take Lil Wayne, for instance, like he, was going to, serve a couple of years in jail because he had a gun without a license or something like that.
Right.
So he was going to go to jail.
So he would get pardoned for that.
So he got pardoned.
See, look at all the stuff Trump's done.
So yeah,
he's got all Lil Wayne free.
Yeah, look at all the stuff he did for black people.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne
and Kodak.
Yeah.
So does that mean he could have pardoned the people that ran up into the Capitol?
Yeah, it was a federal offense. He could have.
Boy, wouldn't that have hit the fan?
They were asking, like the Buffalo Bill guy was asking for a pardon, and Trump didn't give it to him.
Oh, there was a Buffalo Bill
player.
The Viking.
The Viking dude, yeah.
I thought you meant like a legit like a guy that was on the Buffalo Bills. I'm like, aren't they in the playoffs?
No,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's not do that.
They're probably going to the Super Bowl at this point in time, since what's the name's probably not playing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we've been getting a lot of hate from my boy K Peasy for us not talking football. He's like, why you guys keep talking basketball? You know it's the playoffs right now.
We'll get to football today. We'll get our picks in today.
We'll get to football today.
We'll talk about football in the text in the group text.
Yeah, we do.
Football in text.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. Like, how do you get pardoned? Like, they just bring you a list and you be like, "Hey, your boy Blake is on here. He got these federal charges. You wanna hook him up? Yeah, I got you, Blake."
People will write him and ask for a pardon, or people that are in his cabinet or that are close to him will give him a list or give him a name, and he'll look at it and say yes or no to it, and then they'll that's that. The funniest one I found was, I guess Joe Exotic had a limo waiting for him outside the jail.
Did he really? Is that true?
Yeah, he hired a limo service. He also hired like a makeup artist so he could get some makeup on as soon as he got out of jail.
Oh my gosh!
And his I guess his legal team told him it was all but assured he was going to get a pardon. So he got all that stuff together.
And nothing.
He did not get a pardon.
Man, I'm gonna put a GoFundMe.
You're doing GoFundMe for Joe Exotic.
I mean, technically, his crime was a violent crime because he's hiring someone to murder somebody else. Whether or not it was true, but I didn't realize he got like 22 years in jail, dude. Like he's gonna be in there for a long freaking time.
Just for attempted murder.
Yeah.
He's gonna write so many hits while he's in there. He's gonna come out with more tracks than Lil Wayne. He'd be like, "Where's my pardon?"
I was like, he's been in jail all this time, and he can afford a limo and a makeup artist.
Right.
He probably made bank off of Netflix. Yeah. He probably did.
He probably did.
They're probably like, "Here's $50,000. This probably won't be that successful."
I mean, what else can you buy in jail? Honey buns and soda. I mean,
that's all you get. Yeah.
Hey,
get some ramen.
Do you guys watch the show 60 Days In?
I just finished that on Netflix. I did.
Really?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Yeah. Well, we're on the fifth season. We just started randomly.
Okay.
So did you watch like all the series?
I watched the first season. They did it in Indiana.
Oh, really?
The first season I think they did in Clark County, Evansville, around there was the very first.
I should check that one out.
And then I went a couple of years not watching it, and I seen it on Netflix the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this again, and it was just as good as the first season.
Yeah. Have you seen it, Kevin?
No, not at all. So is it just like one of the jail shows just follows,
Yeah.
one jail?
Yeah, I've seen about 8 episodes, I think, of season 5. and Richard, you can add to this, but basically they have people that volunteer to go to jail for 60 days. And
Volunteer.
I know, right? But and they're in these pods. They're kind of like in these. From what I understand, it's almost like a holding. Is it like a hold? It's not a holding cell. Like it's kind of like before you get to the big prison, right?
Yeah, it depends. Like some of those people end up going to the big prison, but a lot of them end up. That's just where they're gonna go. That's just where. Because like I know there's one dude that's been in there for 2 years, and he was about to get out.
Right.
So I think, but yeah, it's majority of it is used for like you go there, then you're gonna go to prison.
Yeah.
So are these criminals or just like me and you? We can just go sign up and be there for 60 days.
Yeah, I think the ideal is I think it's kind of a place where you may go for 60 days. I'm just connecting that because that's the name of the show, 60 Days In. It may just be a thing of it's kind of minor crimes, fraud or whatever, and you got to go away for 60 days, and this is where they put you. I don't know, but anyways, the kind of the interesting thing of it is how like they use race so much. So like when you come in, you got like I got no choice but to eat with the whites. I'm a
wood,
and
I go to the wood.
Yeah. Is that what it is? I'm a Woods, and then the blacks are kinfolk. Is that right?
They're kinfolk. Yep.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So Mexican, Puerto Rican, or anything like that, Latin, you're called a Chicano in jail.
Chicano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, but they all mingle, and they all for the most part get along. At least from the season I've watched, it's just one of those things where it's just like you are part of this, and if we have a problem with this crew, we go to the top of the crew member or whatever, and we talk to him about it. So in a way, it shows.
So what if your crew doesn't accept you?
They have to. There's no.
They have to?
You get kicked out of the pod.
Yeah.
You get what's called rolled out.
Yeah. The Hispanic group, they like the one I watched, there was a guy that just got in there and he stole a Pepsi from a black guy.
The same season.
Yeah.
Stole two of them.
Yes. Yeah. So that one's interesting because of is it what's his name? The Chicano guy.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, he like ends up becoming like a full on enforcer.
Yes. Yes. So he had been in prison before. So to kind of start off from the beginning, I mean, there's random people that are in this, and some of them look like they fit right in, and then all the inmates have no idea that these people are part of the show.
So the inmates don't know. That's awesome.
Yeah. So the inmates don't know, but the contestants basically can't tell. They can't let anybody know. They can't, and if they do, then their cover is blown. But their job in there is to see how things are being ran to help better. So the sheriff,
almost like undercover boss.
Exactly, to see how it's getting run. But what you see, at least from this season I've seen, is that you see people like you and I get in there, and they realize how mistreated these people are, and how after being there for 60 days, these people are my friends, and they all have different backstories and different upbringings, and like one of the guys that his name's David, I think, he's a police officer. Can't stand the guy. Did that guy drive you crazy, Richard? Ain't nobody gonna talk back to me.
Have you finished the season yet?
No, I haven't. So I know he cracks. I'm at that point, dude. Spoiler alert.
He's a straight freaking
He just told the guy. So yeah. So he was so full of himself, and he became. It really is. Now that I'm talking about the show, it really. I was getting. I'm about
to watch this.
I was getting a little bored with it just because it's the same Macho Man stuff sometimes, and then. But it is pretty interesting. I mean, it's good television. So.
Well, it's funny, like you talk about David, and he like becomes like the pod leader.
Yeah, and he's a police officer.
Yeah. He's like a SWAT team dude too. Like he's not like just a police; he's like part of the SWAT team.
Yeah. So he thinks he's 4'9", and he thinks he's like, I mean, he's so short, So, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. But more than anything, I think I don't watch a lot of those jail shows, I guess, but I guess I was kind of interested in how it's how it's kind of ran, and and so so it's pretty interesting. But so yeah,
Would you ever sign up for that one?
no, dude,
Your
I'd get
reaction
raped the
was
first day.
awesome.
Of the first
I
season, this one of the dudes walks into the pod, and someone looks at him and is like, "That one's mine." Like he was about to, so he said he heard it and he's like, "Man, I slept with my back to the wall."
the whole time, dude. Yeah,
Awesome.
nope, I ain't signing up for none of that.
It sounds a little bit more laid back. Like they walk in and everybody's just chill with each other. They'll like make a bed for you. They'll like introduce you to everybody, like tell you the rules. Like
exactly.
They're really chill. I was like, okay, like camp almost. You sit in the main area, you watch TV.
it looked fun. I was like, dude, like, these guys are all buddies and having fun and shooting the crap.
Going away for a little bit.
Yeah, watching TV. Like, I can use
do the contestants win anything?
I haven't completed the season.
Yeah, I think you get paid like $50,000 or $60,000.
Yeah, but I mean, I obviously joke about it being a good time because you can tell like when they go on shutdown, lockdown, or whatever, they're just in a room, in a cage basically, and a crappy mattress, and there's no more boredom than that, right? I mean, it's just like. It's basically what every American has to go through right now.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like COVID. It sounds like I could win the 50K pretty easily.
Yeah, but you can't have Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah, dude. Could you imagine if they allowed video games?
I almost like I would think it's cool if they showed that like during COVID, if they had a season like that, and that would be kind of cool to see like what is actually going on in it.
Yeah. I'm sure it's been recorded. It's just being produced right now or whatever.
Right. All right. It sounds like an interesting show, though. I'm gonna have to check it out. That's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, 60 days in.
We haven't really even scratched the surface with it, Kevin. So yeah, if you watch it, I think you'll be kind of entertained.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yep.
What game are you watching, Blake?
Oh wait, hold on. Timeout.
He keeps looking up. I know he's watching the game.
To you, Richard, the big 4-0.
There you go.
Right.
I wanted to start it off with that, but I forgot.
All right. Yep.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank
you.
Happy
40, you old fart.
I know.
How's it feel?
It's just, I don't know.
He's so old he can't even talk.
Yeah.
The calendar, like, it's about time.
It just crept up on you like splat.
That's right.
So you turned 40 this year too, right, Kevin?
I got next year is my 40.
Oh, really? I'll be 40 this year.
Yeah. I was always the younger one.
Yeah.
Birthday's in April.
Okay. So you're only 38 right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to keep checking it, man. Sometimes I'm like, oh.
I got to calculate. Yeah, I got to go 82. All right, I'm not 40 yet.
Yep.
God, that's how you know you're old, when you can't remember your own age.
Right.
For real. Did you guys do anything, Richard, for your 40th?
Not really, man. We just I hung it out the house, honestly. Just, ordered.
I don't think you're the type that wants a big party, huh?
Nope. I'm good. Just hung out with some friends, played some games online with some friends, and that's really it. I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, I probably would have done more if not for COVID, but it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Just kind of hung out at home.
Yeah. I just want a mariachi band for my 40th birthday.
For real.
Follow me around, and I'm used to be salsa dancing like this the whole day.
Dude, that'd get annoying real quick.
Yeah, it'd be good for an hour, and then, all right, boys, it's time for y'all to go.
Yep. So what else is going on in the world? I feel like I've been away from the news.
Let's get KPZ some love and see what's up with this football, man. This football.
So is it crazy that these older quarterbacks are still doing it?
It's
or
very
is it,
crazy.
or is it just that, or is this like I was thinking about that the other day because like basketball, there's well, I don't know. I guess your superstars stay around for a while, but you would think with football, the quarterback position would just kind of 4 or 5 years and then you're out. And maybe that is for some quarterbacks, but I mean, are you kind of shocked that Brady and them are still able to do it better than the younger guys?
Isn't it like the modern day athlete though? Like, hey, LeBron's been doing it for a minute.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I think that it's like you can rate it with technology. They just know how to do it now. They know how to preserve. They know how to take care of the bodies now. Like the athlete that we had, you know, 40 years ago is way different than the athlete that we have now. So
Yeah,
if
Yeah,
you
but
can stop from getting hit, yeah, it can keep you on your feet.
I think it's a combination between quarterbacks and kickers being the two most protected positions.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
You can't. I mean, how many rules have they made now with the quarterback? You can't even roll into a quarterback. Like you can't sandwich on a quarterback. You can't do all of these things now. As well as what you just said, it's the technology. And I think Brady was talking about how he's totally changed his diet. I think he's a vegan now. He does yoga. He does all these things to kind of help his
Don't he
limb.
go to bed at like 7 o'clock too?
Yeah, I think I
They
think
always talk about his bedtime, like his bedtime and game time.
He sounds like a dad.
Well,
He sounds like a dad.
it's too late.
I just think it's a combination of things, and I don't, and I think too, it's just rare that you have. It's very rare you have quarterbacks that good. Like it's really. I mean, aside from maybe your Montana, I felt like if it hadn't been for his neck, you probably still see Manning around.
Yeah.
He probably would have retired maybe a year or two ago, but he probably would have played another 2-3 years.
Brett Favre is still trying to come back.
He played forever.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Colts need somebody.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, in that position too, I mean, you still got to be fast, but I think it's just that knowledge. It's just seeing
Yeah,
so many different
you
types
gotta
of
think fast
defense.
too, faster than anybody. Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, as long as
Yeah.
I think when you watch the routes and you watch the plays and everything, as a quarterback, if you understand exactly where all of your wide receivers are supposed to be at, right? I mean,
Right.
it's that's why you see those kind of players like your Brady, your Manning, your Breeze, and your Rodgers, who really are obviously students of the game, and they practice outside of practice time. They always talk
Right.
about how I think Brady and Moss would practice at some college somewhere.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Outside the season, him and his wide receivers would all just go during the summertime on their own and just practice the routes and practice. Manning did
Yep.
the same thing with some of his guys too. I just don't know if you see that much anymore today.
Right.
They try to build a chemistry more than anything. That was the big thing with Brady this year. Like he was trying to get these guys on the campus, and it was COVID, and trying to get them together to build chemistry. Before the
Yeah.
season starts.
I would assume the younger quarterbacks are doing the same thing. I mean, if the older quarterbacks are doing it, then you got to adapt that game. So, yeah, I've been trying to catch some of these football games that have been on, but who's are the Bills favored? I feel like I keep hearing that.
So
I would think the Bills are favorite. Yeah.
they are now. I think before Mahomes got hurt, all you heard was Kansas City. That's why I said. That's why I always said
Yeah.
the other day during chat. I felt like the Bills were really being underlooked. I didn't see anybody talking about the Bills. Everybody, they were talking about them going into the playoffs, but not making it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
But they've won 8 games in a row now.
Yeah.
Who has?
The Bills.
Oh wow.
So they're a good team, man. That quarterback, Allen, is
Big dude, man. I didn't know he was that big.
yeah, and he's a runner. Like he'll
He's
go
huge.
all over people.
Yeah, he is. He is. So,
Yep.
so the Bills play Kansas City. We don't know if Mahomes is going to play or not. He got the concussion last game.
He shouldn't be playing. See,
Yeah,
this
he
is
should.
going to be interesting.
Yeah, this is gonna this is where you're gonna see where the league stance is in, because like even when that happened to the game, I texted you guys and I was like, this is gonna get iffy, because as soon as he got rocked, like I knew he was out because he stumbled immediately. He did not know where he was.
He had
Right.
rubber legs.
Yeah, he did practice today. limited practice today. But like we're gonna see where the league stance is on like if they really care about players and concussion protocol, because any normal player would not be playing this week within a week with what happened to him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean that's literally like letting a fighter fight and then next week fight again after being concussed. You know, I mean it ain't good, man.
No, it's not good at all. But shout out to Andy Reid for having the biggest cojones of all time that last game. Made me gain a lot more respect for that dude. So I mean, Kansas City still has a chance with one of the best coaches. And then on the other side, you got Brady versus Rodgers, which I can't say who's going to win that game.
There's another. Yeah.
Is there a part of you that's cheering for Tom Brady?
A little bit,
right?
Yeah.
I
think the only reason is I'm just like, man, if he reaches the Super Bowl with them, can he just like win and just quit? Because I'm just tired of seeing him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he should just bring a goat to the field and be like, guys, like, this is my new pet. His name's Tommy.
I brought my lookalike.
Yeah, I brought the goat. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting too because Peyton did the same thing, right? He went to another team and won a Super Bowl, which is still pretty amazing that he was able to do that. So yeah, it would be interesting to see, and then especially for the Patriots not to make it to the playoffs. I mean, it just shows you how good he is. I don't know how good his team is. I don't know if it's more of his team than him right now, but
got a good team.
Really, see, and I think that's what happened to Peyton too. I mean, at least that's what everyone said is like Peyton could barely throw the ball that year, but he,
but he
had a heck of a team.
And same thing with Brady. I'll say, like, at the quarterback position, it's so important to be able to manage the game. Like, because they always say like having Manning and Tom Brady on the field is like having a coach on the field.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Richard. Yeah.
Yeah. So
they're just so good.
Yeah, they just didn't come out and they know exactly what plays about to happen. They can call an audible because they see a guy standing over here. They know exactly how to counter it. So I just, I think it's a combination of things, right? I mean, Tom Brady's still throwing for 300 yards and a couple interceptions a game, so that's that's still good. And I think too, a lot of it is, I wonder how much his reputation was hurt by playing with the Patriots.
Well, yeah. Well, he was a winner, and he's good looking. Like you're going to be hated. Hated.
Well, how
for
much
that.
of that was him, and how much of that was the Patriots organization in general?
Oh, I got you.
I mean, like you're playing under Bill Belichick. You're playing under this organization that has this reputation, and then because I felt like for the past how many ever years he's played, he's kind of played under a cloud of just the Patriots. And then he's out.
And you have all the allegations like, are they cheating? Are they doing this? Yeah.
Tampa, and all of a sudden it's like this sunshine rays on top of him all the time.
Yeah, it's like a rebirth.
Yeah.
But I feel like Brady survived all that. Like even the cheating, it seemed like it was the Patriots. It was never on Brady.
That's my point. That's my point is that if Tom Brady had played for Tampa Bay his entire career,
right?
You think his reputation will be better now?
Right. Would you view him like Aaron Rodgers?
Like Aaron Rodgers. Like everybody calls him like he's MVP this year. There's no doubt Aaron Rodgers is MVP.
Is he?
Every year, and nobody really has a bad thing to say about the guy.
No,
So
I don't know. It's some athletes just get that pass, or it's just I mean, like we've said in the past, like I feel like sometimes it's just you just hear one news article about a player. And then you just run with it. Well, he's an a-hole, or he's a bad teammate. It's like, well, no, he just got an argument with one teammate, and it made news,
Yeah.
But I do think Richard is right. It's always that cloud of like the allegations, the Patriot way, and is it just Belichick?
How many times did he get caught cheating with cameras, dude? Like,
how is this still allowed?
Yeah.
Why is nobody watching these guys?
Why is he still in the NFL? It's so weird. But if he, accidentally said a gay slur or something, he would be kicked out of the NFL.
I don't. Do you guys think that the NBA is kind of rubbing off on the NFL right now. Now Deshaun Watson with Houston is unhappy and he's basically forcing a trade. You think the NBA is starting to rub off on the NFL, where these
No,
guys are
not
being unhappy?
not really. I mean, from what I understand, he wanted to be part of the decision process in hiring a new coach, and they basically declined it. Like they said, they hired somebody I don't think he wanted
Right.
there.
But I would say that is part of it. Like I would say him doing that. I don't think 20 years ago. I don't know if someone ever went to Jerry Rice and said, "Hey, we're getting this coach. What do you think?" You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Like I wasn't around that much then to really tell you yay or nay if that happened back then.
Right.
I can't tell you from watching the Michael Jordan doc. Michael Jordan did it, right?
I don't think he had a say, right?
I mean, I would play in the middle on that.
Right? I mean, that was the deal, right? He left because of it. So
Yeah.
Jordan did it.
Yeah, because they were going to get rid of Phil Jackson.
Right? I mean,
no reason.
At least that's what I got from the documentary was that he might have stayed another year or two if they would have kept Phil.
Right.
So it's
yeah.
I don't. It's also the same thing too. Is what kind of ownership is there that causes because he just signed a contract.
Yeah.
Last year he just signed a pretty hefty extension.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something just all of a sudden had to have happen.
Somebody got in his ear.
Somebody said something or somebody did something there that just made him want to leave. And I just feel like I really feel bad for Watt, right? JJ Watt, because it's like he's such a good player, and I just feel like he's wasted his career.
Just floundering in Houston. Yeah.
You know what? You know who he kind of is? James Harden.
Yeah.
He's just stayed there. I mean, I'm sure they've put just as many good players around JJ as they did James Harden. You know what I'm saying?
They traded everybody away. They traded away all the receivers. I mean, they traded away.
Oh, they did.
Hopkins.
Yeah. That was a dumb move. So, yeah.
They gave away all those players. It's the reverse. The Rockets at least got Russell Westbrook. They got Paul. They got they tried.
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Right.
I want Russell Westbrook. All right, let's bring him in. Who do you want?
Yeah.
Paul. All right, come on in.
Their quarterback this year literally led the league in passing yards and had nobody to throw it to. You know what I'm saying? Like he was throwing it to me, you, and Blake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I guess he's not the same as James as because James has at least had some good players. Has he really just never been on a good team?
I mean, he had them when they started, and it's just like the last couple of years they're just ripping the players apart. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just tearing it down. So,
they're trying to rebuild.
Yeah.
But and I think everyone probably agrees with this, and I even kind of agree with after hearing what Harden said after leaving Houston. I kind of understood. Like he basically was just like, we're not good enough to win a championship. I'm at the end of my career, and I need a championship. Like I want to win, So so I won it out. I gave you 9 years or however many it was. I tried, So
I think that's respectful. Like please move on from me if I can't do it. If I can't do it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I gave you this time. Please do me a solid and I want to do something, right?
He's certainly not the first. I mean, you remember Drexler and Barkley went to the Rockets.
Yeah.
One, and it was like 4 players all-star. It was like Golden State in the 90s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's so funny that we act like this is new.
Happened. Yeah.
It's what players have been doing for years in all sports. I mean, in the end, when you're the best and you can pick where you want to go or whatever, then that's the reward for being the best. Now go get your championship. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But look, and it's what Harden said. He's like, I've got the money, I've got all that. Like I want to win, man. Like which I respect and I like. It tells me, okay, these guys really are just not out there just playing a game. Like they really want to win. There's
at the end of the day, it's only so much money, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's only so much more money I can make. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyrie's giving money away.
He's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
you're gonna find me $900,000. I'm gonna buy this dude a house,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna
absolutely.
come,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna come
That
back and play
dude,
some
that dude
basketball.
does a lot for the community. So like,
Yeah,
I
he's-
kind of like don't talk shit about him because like he does do that. Like, and I do
Yeah.
see it. But like I think that if you're that good, teams should kind of include you. If I'm a franchise guy, I want to be in on some franchise decisions, right? Like I might
Mhm.
not mess with this guy. Like I feel like if you're building your team around me, I should be included,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
for
know,
sure. Yeah,
like
if
a
I'm
lot
the
of
star
these people,
player,
I just feel like we're in that time now, and it just never was like that before. And like
right?
so people talk bad about it, but it's just like I mean,
but it's
they
like
do have a point.
it's like anything else, though, right? You have to change and adapt to become better. So just because they didn't do something in the past doesn't necessarily mean it's not the way it should be, right?
Right,
It's
right,
it's evolution.
right.
Well, and like if I'm an owner of a company, or excuse me, owner of a team, the first thing I'm doing is getting with the players and be like, okay,
Mhm.
here's the coaches we're thinking about. I'd like to know your opinion. Obviously they're going to be, running your. I mean, it's no different than if I'm choosing a college. I kind of want to know who I'm playing for. I mean,
Right.
pros are a
Playing
little
for
bit
and playing
different.
with. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it definitely. I mean, you hear players talk about it, like, yeah, he, honestly, he was just too strict of a coach. Like, it was just no fun. It was just literally no fun to play this game.
Right,
I'd rather,
right.
and then they get under a new coach, and then you start seeing them play better, and all that. It's just, sometimes it's just having the confidence of that coach too.
Right.
And didn't
like-
you also want to go play with D'Antoni again because he's an assistant coach in Brooklyn?
Yeah, Harden.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
sounded
he
like they
likes
had
him.
a really good relationship. So I think that's
Yeah.
why that's what influenced them to go. And yeah, I mean it'll be interesting to see what they play tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean, last week is obviously when they broke the news, and I mean, James Harden comes out and drops a triple double, and Kevin Durant gets 42. It's just like on the first game, it's just like, oh my gosh. I watched a little bit of him the other day.
I wonder how long he knew this because watching him play, I've watched like the last 4 games he's played. He's deferring more. So I wonder if he knew this the whole time and was just kind of playing different. You get what I'm saying? Like the assist numbers are up, his defensive like steals and stuff. So I wonder if he just knew this was going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, first of all, I think a lot of people forget he gets 10 to 15 assists almost any game.
Yeah.
Harden, he really, I mean, he really is so special. Like I had him on the other day, and my wife was actually on the couch next to me, and like James just did this dribble, cross off, and then gets in the lane and just does a little floater, and like full on defense, like hardcore defense on him, and I just looked at her. I go, it's that easy. Like these guys are literally, and then Kevin Durant did the same thing. Just did a little fadeaway jump shot, nothing but net, and it's just like these guys have perfected how to put the ball in a hoop. And they can do it so many different ways. I did want to
somebody
say
tell Giannis that.
Giannis.
Yeah,
That boy can't
somebody
shoot.
tell Giannis that. I know that's the downfall of that whole team, dude.
It's those free throws, dude. I really
Yeah.
think he needs he needs. Well, I mean, he has a pretty good supporting cast. I just don't know if he can do it by himself.
Yeah, I think this is the best team he's been on, and like all he needs is a mid-range jumper, not even a 3-pointer. Just a
Yeah,
mid-range
I mean,
jumper. He can't take the last shot. You can't depend on the bully ball at the end of the game.
No, you can't. You can't. I mean, he's still going to get you 35 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists on the way to the last 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, if I can't kick it out to somebody to close the game for me, then how much more work do I need to do?
Maybe they should sign Robert Horry.
There you go.
Yeah.
Big shot, Bob.
No matter how old he is, like just bring him back.
Got to shoot a three. Fine.
Yeah, him and Ray Allen, man. I mean, is there anybody else you want in the corner? Well, besides
Yeah.
Steph Curry or Clay.
Hey, I heard you want Jared Payton in the corner, from what I hear.
yeah, JP. Hey, I was listening to De'Aaron Fox on All the Smoke
Yeah.
podcast, and they were talking about the hardest people he has to guard, and just talking about like the, when you're going into someone else's city and you're getting ready to play against, Damian Lillard, or you're playing against, Trey Young, like you got to get up and you got, it's hard to get up for these battles or whatever. And they were like, tell me what it's like guarding Steph Curry. He goes, what you guys don't know is that he never stops running. He goes, let me tell you Golden State's plays. You ready? Whoever has the ball tries to get it to Steph Curry. Whoever doesn't have the ball sets a screen for Steph Curry. He goes, that's their offense. He goes, it's that easy, And I was just like, I mean, it just shows you what kind of a special player he is, But so anyways, I thought that was pretty funny.
That's hilarious. But
It's like I don't know if you guys remember watching Reggie Miller back in the day, where
he never stopped.
He'd just run the whole game, but then what he would do is he would run past like the Davis brothers, and the Davis brothers would just smash who's running behind him.
Yeah,
for
so
three.
you get beat up. Yeah.
Do you imagine how many hits you took to the hip? These big old dudes just shoulders into you. Oh man.
Rip Hamilton was good at that too. Like it was the same thing. You'd have to run through the Wallaces to get to him, and like he's shooting after you get pummeled. Yeah, it's funny
so
how
hard
the game is all. Yeah, absolutely. And when you can shoot from anywhere, it makes it a lot harder.
And you're so fast, and you can change positions on a dime. It's just crazy.
That's why Reggie Miller was getting 30 points in the fourth quarter. Because his opponent just tired as shit, like
pushing people into the Davis brothers. They hear,
absolutely,
take care of this guy. I'm gonna be in the corner. I always talk crap about Reggie, but he really would be perfect for this NBA. For this,
man, yeah.
I mean,
he was
3-point line closer. Like,
it'd be interesting to know what big guys wouldn't make it today, or vice versa. Not even big guys, just even point guards, or some of the ones that were so good back then. Like if the game would have, like people always say LeBron couldn't play in the 90s or whatever, which is I just think is ridiculous. Because he would adapt. But I mean, you got to be 7 feet tall and hit threes nowadays.
Yeah,
like period.
For some part, I mean, there are teams that have good, big men that don't really do all that. I mean, I think the big man that could get a good mid-range jumper and some rebound.
Rabbit, man.
Will you hear that rabbit just going crazy?
I think the whole cage.
For a second, I was like, man, that rabbit.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
That rabbit just knocked the cage over, man.
I mean, we might have captured Bugs Bunny over here, and he's trying to get out of his. I mean, think about it. You're a rabbit, and you live in a box. That's I feel so sorry for these little guys. So I just want to let them out.
That'll be rabbits enough, huh?
yeah. If you boys come over for the fight Saturday, we're gonna have some rabbit food.
We're gonna have some rabbit wings.
Nice.
Richard, me and Blake had I think it was a good conversation earlier in the week. I sent them a message, and it was Gilbert Arenas saying, like, we always talk crap about LeBron, but could Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant could they have taken those Cavaliers teams to the finals? Those were from rough Cavs teams.
Yeah, name another player on them.
Yeah, right.
Which year? The early years?
I would say.
I don't even know what year that was.
There's one with the one where they played
the Delonte West years.
Yeah, there was one where Delonte West, Mo Williams, and all them went to the finals against the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
And got swept.
And got whooped. And then
the
last year's would have been close.
You have to remember
those are the ones where Curry was playing.
I think the thing we have to remember too is like there was a period in time where the East was so weak. Like the person in 10th place in the West would have been like third in the East.
Yeah.
There was a good 5-year span where the East just was very weak. And that's why all the players from the West, a lot of them came over, I feel like
yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, so I don't know. I don't. It's a different league. It was a different league. I mean,
It's so hard.
yeah. I mean, Jordan had to go through some decent, East teams. He had to go through the Knicks. He had to go. The Pacers were good back then.
See, the thing that made Jordan so great is that, like, think about how many great players didn't get a championship because of him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right? But look, but you can say the same thing. Sorry, Richard, keep cutting you off. But I mean, you can say the same thing about LeBron. Right? I mean, think about how many people didn't even get a chance at a championship because he's been there the last 9 years.
right.
You
Yeah,
know?
absolutely right. Yeah, it doesn't take away from LeBron. I just don't think, because you have to think too, is like, how many 60+ win teams did Jordan beat? Like,
Yeah.
he beat the Sonics. He beat, I felt like
Jazz.
He beat Orlando that year. I mean, that was Orlando. Wasn't that Orlando with Shaq?
Yeah.
Shaq and Penny.
Penny, like, he had, so I don't know. I
The
think
Suns with Barkley and KJ.
I think if you had a fair comparison, yeah, I do think Kobe and Jordan would take those Eastern teams to the finals if you had the exact same scenario.
Situation.
Yeah, I do. I think so.
Yeah. I mean, look, to even be mentioned, oh, dang, there's Oladipo playing for Houston. That looks weird.
Hey, he looks
Sorry.
good in that red and white, though, doesn't he? Does that bring back memories?
There you go. Don't make me cry, bro.
There you go.
You rocking your Pacers shirt there.
Yeah.
Well, I actually heard somebody arguing about the whole LeBron and Jordan thing, and I mean, once again, always been a Jordan fan. I sometimes I think LeBron, I may pick him just because he plays so many positions. That's what I always say. It's like you literally can put him on the floor. He can guard anybody, yada yada. But they just kept making the argument I was listening to, kept making a big deal about how Jordan never lost a championship. Every time he went to the finals, he won it. But I also look at it as like, yeah, but how many times did he not make it where LeBron, like, everyone wants to focus on how many times LeBron lost a championship. To me, it's still amazing to get there so many times.
To get there, yeah, the journey.
Yeah, you may come up short, but
LeBron didn't have to play against Isaiah Thomas and Larry Bird and all those guys early in his career.
Larry Bird.
As soon as those guys don't do that.
You know what LeBron would do to Larry Bird? I mean, come on.
In the mouth. Those Larry Bird teams were tough. Paris and
no, Bird was amazing. I'm just thinking more of just the athleticness of, of course you're talking about a totally different athlete than LeBron.
Game, like, it's not, you're brought up. So yeah, I mean, look, like I said, Jordan had to go against all those people earlier in his career. LeBron did not, and Jordan, he frankly retired early, and he took 2 years off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, debate. That's the other thing. He took years off.
He gifted championship for 2 years.
He took.
That's how my boy Akeem. That's how Akeem has rings.
He took time off and came back and won 3 more. Right.
Yeah.
That's what that was the because it was almost like, okay, I'm done with basketball. I'm retiring, and then to come back and win 3 more. It's hard. Look, that's why everyone says he's the GOAT. It's
not fair to compare the two. It's like they're both great.
But they always will.
Yeah. It's not a comparison you could ever make because they play in different eras around different people with different science. It is what it is. So
I almost wonder, like if Jordan was playing now, would he be like a KD type player but shorter, like the same scoring? You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like I feel like you can drop LeBron in any era, but how would Jordan be in this era? He would get a lot more,
I don't know. He played so much.
He'd probably get more points just because they don't call him college.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who to compare him. Part of me wants to say like a D Wade or a Jimmy Butler type, but better, because he likes his back to the basket and the fadeaway. Yeah. But that was towards the later of his years, really. I mean, he had to learn that fadeaway because he, wasn't as fast anymore or whatever. I I don't know, man. People just score so differently now. Like
Yeah,
it just
because that's something that you don't see anymore. Is that post up? That post game, it's not really there anymore.
Carmelo Anthony's like the last
Yeah,
person to
yeah,
really have a really really good. He was good in the post, so it's still there, but it's
yeah.
just
It's just
man,
not as much. It's not the focus.
Yeah.
yeah. I tell you what, the Suns are actually pretty fun to watch, and it actually shows you how good of a point guard Chris Paul is. He
Hmm.
really is a good just floor. When you watch them, like he just always finds the open guy. There,
He's
I've
an old school floor general.
yeah, he definitely is. So, anyways,
All right, before we wrap this up, Connor or Dustin?
I can't believe we haven't been talking about this. Um, I don't know, man. Connor looks good.
Hey,
He
Connor.
looks fit.
Yeah. You can't go against Connor's power. I mean, Connor. I mean, I think I think Connor knocks him out early, second round.
What if it happens? Because like that's the thing. It's like a lot of times he'll talk and he'll speak it into fruition. So what if he does knock Dustin out? And, like if he does knock it out, come out in 60 seconds. It's like,
Well,
man, this dude just came back and just did this. You know?
like you sent me something on Instagram about Connor or whatever, and I put the GOAT. It really is just like I don't think he's the greatest fighter of all time, but he's the best at this. Like he is
He's the most likable. Yeah.
His career, I was trying to explain to my dad the other day. I was like, what he did, like the way or not my dad. It was I can't remember who I was talking to. But anyways, but like the way he knocked out Jose Aldo, and then the way like even the Donald Cerrone knockout, like he just comes out of nowhere and then just dismantles, But I don't know, man. I think Dustin's improved a lot. I mean, he just beat Max Holloway, which I don't know if y'all saw that fight last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
but Max looked ridiculous. And then he fought that. I just forgot his name. He's fighting this weekend against Michael Chandler from Bellator. Boy, they did not do him any favors. They sent Michael Chandler straight to the dogs, dude.
Yeah, I mean they do that though.
What's his name? I keep
That's how your
wanting to
boy
call him
got
Book.
kneed in the face.
Who?
That's how your boy got kneed in the face.
Ben Askren. Yeah. I cannot think of his name right now, but he's a really good fighter too. So, anyways, yeah, I'm excited for the fight. But I mean, Connor I don't know. He's just the dude's special, man. The way he talks, the way he speaks it into existence, and I don't know. He's got his son with him now. It's just he's just so much more likable, I guess.
I would say like that made me like him again. Just like looking at his past interviews. What he hasn't fought in like a year, right?
He fought last year, like a week or two ago, against DC, and it was right before Don Cerrone, right before the COVID thing hit.
Yeah.
So he's and he looked phenomenal in that fight. So we'll see.
We'll
see what happens.
Man. Yeah, it always reminds me of like The Rock when he came into like the WWE, and he's just like that is the most electrifying dude. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just his charisma.
Yeah, he just has that it factor.
Yeah, got it.
All right, boys.
Ready to wrap?
Is 101 is a wrap, huh?
All right.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
We're not even gonna talk trash about Amy not joining us.
Man, straight. Hey, she was like sleep through this whole time too. Took a nap on you and everything.
She did it on
Took a
purpose.
nap on you and everything. She said perfect time for a nap. I mean, that shit.
All right. It's probably for the best.
Yeah, it probably is. You probably wouldn't have as much fun as you did today.
Exactly. All right, I got kids crying upstairs. I need to go see what's going on.
All right, go take care of them.
Go see if that rabbit chewed up.
For real.
No, Daddy, don't make rabbit stew.
Right.